Welcome to High Priestess Influence and to your March messages for each sign. You can fast forward to the sign you wish to view by looking for the major arcana card that represents that sign. So I will be using the major arcana from a separate deck. So in other words, you can look for the Emperor for Aries, the Hierophant for Taurus, the Lovers for Gemini, the Chariot for Cancer, Strength for Leo, the Hermit for Virgo, Justice for Libra, Death for Scorpio, Temperance for Sagittarius, the Devil for Capricorn, the Star for Aquarius, and last but not least, the Moon for Pisces. So if anyone would like to timestamp for each sign, I would welcome that because I don't know how to do it. Otherwise, I would do that myself. So first up, we will have Aries. So Aries, this will be an intuitive read, and we will see how many cards jump out. I want to say the messages will be brief, but that's not always the case. And oh, you just had one card jump out. Interesting, Aries. So you have Justice reversed here. Okay, Aries. So what I'm feeling here with Justice reversed is that you need to be reminded, or some of you may even need to hear this for the first time ever, but some of you just need to be reminded that the universe is fair in its response to your vibration. So I'm getting the feeling that someone out there needs to hear this. It may be many of you, but I really feel that there's at least one of you out there who really, really needs to hear this, because sometimes we can get caught up in a negative momentum, and we may elicit negative responses from others. We may attract negative experiences to us. And it's so easy to become upset with the other person, or to become upset with the universe, so to speak, for bringing us that experience. But it is really our own vibration that brings that to us, Aries. And I can totally relate to that. I mean, I do forget this at times when someone treats me unfairly. I tend to have my knee-jerk reaction be blaming the other person. And it sometimes takes me a little time to reflect and say, okay, wait a minute. Where was my vibration at? Because that person could not have treated me in that way unless either A, that treatment matched my vibration, matched my expectation, or B, that treatment is somehow leading me to a new path, or the right path, or towards what I want. So, I do have to catch myself there. So in other words, Aries, the universe never treats us unfairly. It's just an energetic response to your vibration. So if some of you have been feeling as though things aren't fair, life isn't fair. I totally get it. Been there, done that, and I'm sure I'll do it again, being human also. But the more you can practice remembering that it's all about your vibration and what you attract to you based on the vibration that you put out into the world, the more often that you can remind yourself of that, the easier it is to get back into alignment, because then you remember, okay, really, it's no big deal. I obviously was in a place of attracting this experience or this response or this situation to me, and now I can clean up my vibration. I can focus deliberately and raise that vibration. Or you might actually recognize the value in that experience. For example, maybe someone does treat you badly and you can't even recognize how you could have attracted that because you never expected it from that person. Then what you might find is that if you did not elicit that treatment or that response from that person based on your expectations, your vibration, then it may be that it's the universe trying to let you know that this person is really no good for you and does not serve your desires anymore, doesn't serve your experience anymore, right? But chances are you have a mixed vibration toward that person, or you have expectations from past encounters with that person, and then you receive what you expect from that person. So bottom line is, if you've been feeling as though life is sometimes unfair, just remember it's all energetic, it's all vibrational, and you really want to be deliberate about your vibration. Meditate, find things to appreciate, do anything you can to raise your vibration. Treat yourself well, because remember, there is nothing more important than how you feel. When you can feel satisfied or better, then you know your vibration is in the right place. And when you can do that more frequently, more regularly, make your normal vibration range from satisfied to above with only the occasional dip of contrast, then you know your vibration is in the right place. So I hope that helps you, my Aries friends. Okay. So next up, we will have Taurus. Okay, Taurus, so keep in mind that the cards are just here as guides, not as predictors. It is my intention to attract the cards that will serve those of you who actually view this message, and I intend to attract the intuition that will best serve you. Okay, so you have, I think, 3 cards here that just jumped out. And so we have the 8 of Swords reversed, followed by the 7 of Wands upright, followed by the Page of Wands reversed. So, it's funny that this showed up for you, Taurus, because I was just thinking this morning, I don't know why, but I was just thinking this morning that I am really surprised that this card does not show up more often than it does, because I feel as though, I was going to say it's human nature, but I feel as though we've all been conditioned to have self-limiting thoughts, self-limiting beliefs and thoughts. It's kind of like the default for many of us, right? Your mind is just wandering around and it just tends to go toward the negative. But that's no surprise based on the media and our conceptions of how the universe works. I mean, even when we become more spiritually aware, we still tend to drift back into those self-limiting beliefs. So the message for you here, my Taurus friends, is to become more aware of your self-limiting beliefs. In other words, bring a brief awareness to it and say, wait a minute, that thought does not serve me. And then refocus. It's as simple as that. Now, when I say it's as simple as that, I don't mean automatic, it just comes automatically to you and it's that easy. It does take practice, but the more often you can catch those self-limiting thoughts, then the better you become at it and the quicker you catch them before they have time to take hold and gain momentum and create a negative momentum for you. So this is all just advice to bring awareness to your self-limiting beliefs so that you can change your focus. And the fact that you have the Seven of Wands beneath that, the seven, a very spiritual number, it's really the seven of the number seven is often related to spiritual study, looking for the answers. And this may be an answer you've been looking for, even if you don't realize it. But basically, the universe is letting you know here, you've got this. You are up to the challenge. You can do this. You can take on those self-limiting beliefs. And what I mean by take on, I mean bring awareness to them and then replace them with something more pleasant. Bring awareness to it, and then again, deliberately bring your focus to something more pleasant. And you will get better and better and better at this. You are completely up to the challenge here. So you also have the Page of Wands reversed here. So it is going to take some work for you to let go of those thoughts. I'm feeling here as though for some of you, okay, I'm feeling these are more, I'm feeling more about the beliefs here, right? The self-limiting thoughts, when you think of something like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, why can't I? Or, I'm not that good at that. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I am. But then the beliefs, I feel like the self-limiting thoughts are situational. They come and go with situations. But the deep down beliefs, like believing that you have to work hard at something in order to get results. Now, you may work hard at something, but you have to be in alignment with it first. You have to feel inspired to that work, as opposed to getting out there and pounding the pavement and being miserable as you do it, right? That's no way to manifest a desired experience. It's about getting into alignment first and then acting. And it's some of those core beliefs that we acquire, we begin acquiring the moment we enter this world and we start being influenced by other people's energies and other people's experiences and beliefs. And I'm feeling here as though it may be difficult for some of you to let go of those beliefs that no longer serve you as you move ahead. because with the Page of Wands, we're talking about potentially a spiritual journey here. But the reversal here is just an indication to me that some of you really do need to bring awareness to those deep-seated beliefs. Believing that you can't manifest what you desire. Believing that the universe might be working against you. Things like that. Believing that you are unworthy and that you're here to prove yourself. You're not here to prove anything, okay? Those types of deep-seated beliefs. You are here as an eternal non-physical being who wanted to have a human experience just for the sake of the experience, for the joy, for the expansion, to have fun. And you knew you would encounter some unwanted, but you knew that the purpose of the unwanted was for your expansion, for you to figure out what's next. Okay, this unwanted thing, that's not for me. Oh, but now what is for me? Let me focus on that. And to, basically rise with the expansion. And you came here to enjoy yourself doing it. I feel like it's just like it's like being on the cruise ship of eternity and then taking an excursion. So this is your excursion on planet Earth. You've had excursions to planet Earth before, and you will have them again. So just try to lighten up and not take it so seriously and turn the Page of Wands upright. Okay, my Taurus friends, I hope that was valuable for you. Next up, we will have Gemini. Okay, Gemini, so let's keep in mind that the cards are here as a guide and not as predictors. And, you just had 2 cards jump out. That was quick. The cards are here as guides and not as predictors. So, just take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. So you had the Knight of Wands jump out on top of Justice reversed. So right off the bat here, my Gemini friends, I'm feeling as though your message is to relax. Be easy about things, lighten up. Don't take things so seriously. It may be that some of you have been of late feeling as though life is treating you unfairly. Whether you thought of it in those words or not, think about that. Have you been feeling recently as though life is treating you unfairly? And the thing of it is that the universe is always fair in the sense that it's an energetic response to your energy. In other words, your experiences, what you encounter in your physical realm, the people you encounter, the situations, the experiences are all in response to your vibration. It is an energetic, attractive universe, and like energies attract. So when you are feeling wonderful, you attract wonderful experiences and you get that positive momentum going until something throws you off, until you see something unwanted and you maybe focus on it too long, right? It's all about the energy. So if you've been feeling as though life has been treating you unfair lately, just remember that it's not a personal thing. It's not as though someone is out to get you or the universe is out to get you or you're being punished. It's not that at all. It's not that at all. A lot of us tend to think, oh, what did I do to deserve this? I'm being punished. It's not. It's all vibrational. It's all attraction. And when you feel that way, it's really, really time for you to be deliberate about your focus. And, with the Knight of Wands here, the Knight of Wands for me is the most fun of the knights. I just get a feeling of someone who is lighthearted, looks like he wants to have fun, and he's enthusiastic, and I feel as though he would be the life of the party kind of thing, energy. He just looks like he's galloping along in a fun and almost goofy way. And I really just feel like the message for you, my Gemini friends, is try to lighten up, try to be easier about things, try to let things roll off your back. And that expression, this too shall pass, that just came to me. So I feel as though while you are working on raising your vibration, try to remember that saying, this too shall pass. Because if you think about your life, all of those things have passed. All of those things have passed. This energy will not last forever. This slump will not last forever. And try to lighten it. You don't want to focus on any negativity. But when you bring a brief, very important that word in this sentence, when you bring a brief awareness to a negative vibration, a negative thought, a negative experience, then you can kind of soften it. So if you realize, okay, I'm in an emotional slump, I'm in a bad mood for no reason, I don't know what this is all about, but once you bring awareness to it, it kind of softens it. The mood isn't quite so bad. It's kind of when we're sloppy and we let the momentum build, we let the negative momentum build, and we don't catch ourselves. We're not even aware that we've got this negative momentum going until something unwanted manifests, or until the mood feels so bad that, it's almost painful. So it's really about lightening up the energy, being lighter, being easier about everything. And try to remember that, life really isn't as serious as it seems. It's not as serious as we all make it out to be, because we're eternal beings. And we came here for a human experience. We came here knowing we would experience some unwanted, but we only came here expecting to experience unwanted now and then, and only for the purpose of clarifying what we do want and providing expansion for us, and so that we can appreciate the good times. We didn't come here with the intention of creating negative experiences for ourselves and then wallowing in them. We came here, I just said this to another sign, and I have to try to remember how I said it because I did like it, and I should write this down, but I'll write it down after this reading. But, we are eternal beings on the cruise ship of life, and our time here on Earth is just one of many excursions. Where we get off the spiritual, non-physical cruise ship and step out onto planet Earth for this experience, for the excursion. And eventually we will get back on the ship, the non-physical ship. But we're eternal beings here. So when you can think, when you realize that this human experience is like just a speck in time compared to all the experience we've already lived and all of the experiences we will live in the future, if we can even look at time in that way, but from our human perspective, then this again is just one speck in the experience. So just try to take it a little more lightly. All right, Gemini, I hope that you found something valuable in that message. So next up, we will have Cancer. Okay, Cancer, so keep in mind that this is a general reading and the cards are just here as predictors, as guides. Are not here as predictors, but as guides. Yes, I don't view my readings as predictors of what will be, but more as guides. Tapping into or responding to energy and responding also to, desires that you may have for guidance, for answers, whether it's energetically or you're aware of it. Okay, so you just had one card jump out here, my Cancer friends. So my Cancer friends, I actually feel two different messages, and I'm going to, they're almost like opposites, but maybe not. We'll see what happens as I talk them out. The first one I got was, they're kind of opposites. The first one I got was somebody or some of you out there maybe shutting yourselves off and isolating yourselves from others, from experiences. And while that may be fine for a time, I feel as though it's time to get back out there. And I also feel as though if this is you, you know this, right? That right now you're saying, you know what? I have been isolating myself. And I feel as though you're different. Some of you are isolating yourselves for one reason or another. But if you've been in the hermit mode, so to speak, for any length of time recently, then it is time for you to get back out there. You don't want to shut yourself off. You get used to shutting yourself off, and then it's harder to get back out there. And the universe is encouraging you to get out there and mix it up with others. Now, yes, you may want to meditate first. You may want to be deliberate about raising your vibration and raising your expectations for getting back out there and mixing it up with others and being more social. But you definitely want to get out there. Now, the other message is really like the opposite, because if that message didn't resonate with you, then this one might, because I also feel as though some of you are almost needing to, I don't want to say isolate yourselves. That's a strong word, but needing to check in with yourself. Check in with yourself. Check in with your spiritual side. Some of you may be out there mixing it up and be experiencing a negative momentum where you are focused on, or you're living life from the human perspective only and not tapping into the spiritual side of you. So it's almost like you need to, shine this hermit lantern on maybe some of the negative feelings that you've been having lately. Because remember, it's your feelings, your emotions are vibrational. In other words, your emotions have vibrations. So like when you're elated, when you're feeling really, really happy, there's a very high positive vibration that you're putting out there in the world. And then you're attracting high positive wonderful experiences back to you. And vice versa. When the vibration is low, then you're attracting experiences that match that low vibration to you. So I really feel like some of you need to kind of step back. If you've had some negative experiences or momentum going lately, I almost feel like you need to take a step back, reel it in, take a little time for hermit mode. I'm not even saying it has to be a whole day, but take some time to just bring awareness to how is your focus, or how are your emotions attracting the unwanted to you. Now, I actually hope this doesn't resonate with anyone, because that means that you're having some negativity and some unwanted experiences. But if you do recognize this in yourself, it's kind of time to take a step back, and I don't want to say dig deep, because that implies ruminating on the negativity, and that's not at all what the universe would ever advise you to do, and it's certainly not what I'm feeling here. It's more about bringing awareness to what is going on with you Yeah, that's a better way of expressing it. Thank you. Bringing awareness to where your general vibration is at. And if you're not feeling good, if you're not feeling happy, if you're not feeling at least satisfied, then it's time to take some deliberate action. And, part of what the hermit mode could indicate is that you may need to meditate to raise your vibration. You really may need some time to level things off, stop that incessant negative chatter within the head for a while. And listen, your mind will wander in meditation, the negative thoughts might seep in, but then you just bring it back to whatever you're focusing on, whether it's a sound or your breath, or you're listening to a guided meditation, whatever it is. But it's really time to bring awareness to your vibration. And if it's not where it needs to be, then it's time to focus deliberately and do something about it. Okay, my Cancer friends, I hope that had some value in it for you. So next up, we will have Leo. Okay, Leo, so keep in mind that the cards are just here as guides, not as predictors. So just take any message that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And you already had 2 cards flip over, so let's see what we have here. Okay, Leo, you have the 2 of Wands upright and the Ace of Wands reversed. So really nice cards here for you, Leo. So I like this fiery, inspirational energy that you have here, being your fiery self. The 2 of Wands, I really, really love this energy. So for those of you with whom this resonates, you've been thinking about your future. You have been kind of like looking at where you are and wanting more. You are, you're feeling inspired because you know that there's more out there for you. But at the same time, the Ace of Wands is reversed because at least some of you are not sure. Now, the not sureness is variable for each of you, obviously. Some of you know what you want, but you don't know how to get started. Some of you know what you want, but you don't believe it can happen. Others of you, again, don't even know what it is that you want specifically, but there's something out there for you. And others are, contemplating where they are and yet kind of not believing that there is anything out there that's realistic. Some of you are only looking at your desires and the things that you want to manifest for yourself from the conditioned human perspective that, I don't know, I almost want to say infects us as soon as we're born, basically, right? When we enter this world, we know who we are. We are eternal, powerful, non-physical beings who came here for a human experience, for joy and fun and expansion, like a vacation. Sure, we knew we wouldn't like every moment of it, but those moments are there to serve us, to serve our expansion, to help us recognize the good times, to help us know the good times from the bad times, to help us appreciate the good times, to teach us, and I use that word teach loosely, to teach us what it is that we like in this specific human experience and the things that we don't like, so that we can focus on what we do and take our attention away from what we don't. But we immediately start to become conditioned by the energies of those around us, the words of those around us, the experiences of those around us, because they have forgotten who they really are, just like we end up forgetting. So I feel as though some of you, the Ace of Wands here is only reversed because you don't believe in it enough. Again, your level of inspiration here is going to vary among you, my Leo friends. But it's just about believing more. You have to believe. You really, really have to believe, Leo. When you can remember that it is an energetic, vibrational universe, and that all you have to do is get good at being happy, and your vibration raises and it stays at a higher level, your normal vibrational point is steadily higher, then you can attract what you want to you, because it is an attractive universe. The universe is governed by the law of attraction. Everything is energetic, everything. And everything is first an energetic creation. Your thoughts are energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, that's where your vibration comes from. So if you're having doubts or you're thinking negatively, you're just holding off this Ace of Wands. That's why it's reversed. It's not a big deal. You will make it eventually. But you determine how easily and how quickly it comes to you based on your vibration. And I know it's easier said than done. I mean, I know these things, my Leo friends. But, I haven't won $1 billion jackpot yet. So, we get conditioned. We get conditioned no matter, there are just some things that is more difficult to believe can happen than others, right? So if it is a huge jackpot like that, we might think I really want it and I believe I can win. But you know those thoughts. You know they just creep in. It's not deliberate. Those doubts, those human conditioned doubts creep in like, oh, well, what are the odds? How many people actually win? You know, that kind of stuff. And we're not even aware of those thoughts and that vibration creeping in. So a lot of times we think we're, oh, I'm definitely focused positively. I really want it. Not, I'm sure I'm going to win. But it's not the words, it's the vibration. You can say whatever you want, but if your body doesn't believe it, if you don't believe it to the core of you and vibrate it out there into the universe, then you know it's you're not in alignment with what you want. Your vibration doesn't match what you want. Because we want it, but we don't believe it. We want it, but we don't believe it. That's normal, right? No judgment. That's just the way we are. That's the way we've been conditioned from our experience. But you can get better and better and better at combating that. You 100% can. You just have to be more deliberate about your focus. When you catch those negative thoughts creeping in, or those doubts, this is what I feel like it's, in this case, it's doubts. When you catch the doubts creeping in, change your focus. Deliberately refocus your thoughts. Raise your expectations. Know you can have anything you want. So tap into the inspiration of the Two of Wands and believe in the Ace of Wands. Whatever the Ace of Wands is for you, and it's not even going to be just one thing. You don't even have to be specific about the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands could be just a general receiving the things that you desire. You don't even need to focus on them. You just need to focus on be satisfied and above, satisfied and above. And when you do dip down into a lower emotion, take the bounce from it by recognizing the value in it. Okay, my Leo friends, I hope that you found some value in that message. So next up, we will have Virgo. Okay, Virgo, so keep in mind that the cards are just here as guides, not as predictors. It's a general reading, so take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And, never put anyone else's judgment or opinion above your own, Virgo. All right, so you have one card jump out here. It's face down. Let's see what it is. Okay, so I picked it up in the reverse, but it actually spun around. And as it was spinning, I kind of got the feeling that I should be focusing on seeing if there is a message for both the reversed and the positive. Okay, so let's start with the Queen of Wands here and say that this could be male or female. It's not necessarily a fire, not necessarily female, and not necessarily a fire sign, but could be. So it could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So the energy of the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a very attractive, energetic, and very aligned queen. Very dignified yet fun. And spiritual. So I'm feeling here for you, my Virgo friends, that it's kind of like time to Tap into the energy of the Queen of Wands. I'm feeling as though you want to get out there and socialize more. I feel like you want to showcase your talents. You want to, put it out there. Just came to me. You want to put it out there. I'm wondering if some of you, this is general and I know this won't apply to everyone, but just as an example, I'm wondering if some of you are desirous of a relationship, but feeling some doubts or some negativity about it, or maybe not even, like, again, putting yourself out there. And that may be where, the reversal came in here, that you want to, I don't know, I feel like you want to take care of yourself, and whatever that means to you, whether taking care of yourself means that you need to look into your health more, or you almost want to pamper yourself, like, do something nice for yourself. If that's something like a spa day, or I've never done a spa day, but so I'm not sure exactly what that entails. But I'm feeling like, be good to yourself, treat yourself well. Maybe you, before you step out there, you want to go get yourself a new outfit or something like that, or a new hairstyle. But I'm feeling as though you want to be good to yourself. You want to treat yourself well, pamper yourself, make yourself feel good. So before you get out there and showcase yourself, or before you can go out there and showcase yourself, whatever that means for you, I'm not sure. I don't know why that expression came to me, but like I said, if some of you are looking for a relationship, or you're just looking for more fun and friendship, more activity in your life, you really kind of want to I just got the expression, feed your soul first. Feed your soul. Be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. Yeah. I'm just feeling as though some of you may have been holding back lately. And I feel as though you've got a lot to offer. So whether it's in a relationship, or just, just friendships or experiences, there's something. I also just got the feeling in your career too. I got the feeling that some of you might be like counselors or teachers, or the kind of profession where you are helping others, where you are giving of yourself for others. So this may not even be only personal. It felt personal at first, but I'm thinking for some of you, this is related to your job, to your work. I feel like, let them see who you really are. Don't hold back. I feel like you have a lot of talent to offer. I feel like you have a lot of experience to offer. I feel as though you have a lot of spirituality and guidance to offer others. But again, maybe you haven't been putting it out there. Maybe you haven't been showing it off. Maybe you've been, again, holding back. So, yeah, I'm really feeling here, Virgo, again, male or female, it doesn't matter. Tap into this Queen of Wands energy. Be gregarious. I just got that word. Be gregarious. Don't be shy. Be active. And believe in yourself. Like, feel confident. Feel confident. You have every reason to be confident. So tap into that. Okay, my Virgo friends, I hope there was something of value in that message to you. And next up, we will have Libra. Okay, Libra, so just keep in mind that the cards are just here as guides, not as predictors, and you had one jump out already. So just take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else because it is general. So let's see what we have here. Okay, Libra. You had one card jump out, and it's the Eight of Wands reversed. So, my Libra friends, I think it's time to relax. I think it's time to take a break. Some of you may be, I just got the expression, running around like chickens with their heads cut off. So, some of you may have been really busy. You know, maybe January and February we're really busy for you. And now in March, it's time to like kind of slow down and take care of yourself. You may have been expending a lot of energy lately. And for some of you, I feel as though you've been expending energy on things that you don't really like that much, or that don't bring you joy, or that don't feel fun. So some of you may have been overcommitting yourself lately. You may have been overcommitting yourself like at work or to family members, or you may just be giving your energy to the wrong activities or to the wrong people. But I do feel, my Libra friends, that now is the time to be deliberate about your scheduling. Be deliberate about what you say yes and no to. You know, don't hesitate to say no if it's something that doesn't resonate with you. And kind of like put yourself first and slow down. And now for some of you, it also may be that you're not doing for others. Because I just got the feeling that some of you, especially maybe some of you younger Libras, might be partying a lot and you need some more rest and some more sleep. You know that expression, burning the candle at both ends? You know, that basically means that you're probably out partying late and then you're getting up for work early or school, getting up for school early, and you're just not getting enough sleep. You're not getting enough rest. You're not taking care of yourself. So I think it's time to kind of like sit back and kick your feet up, you know, maybe binge watch something, do whatever you can to relax. And again, maybe leave some deliberate time in your schedule to do nothing. Don't feel as though you have to fill every moment of your day, and don't let others pressure you into filling every moment of your day. You know, one thing you have to remember, Libra, is that everyone is different. We all have different levels of energy and different styles of energy and different centers of energy within us. So you don't want to be bullied into, again, overcommitting yourself or agreeing to participate in activities that don't resonate with you, or participating when you are too tired to do so. So deliberately build some downtime into your schedule for March, my Libra friends. So I hope that you had some value from that message, my Libra friends. So next up, we will have Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, so keep in mind that the cards are just here as guides and not as predictors. Take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for somebody else, and never put anyone's judgment or opinion above your own. And it is my intention to attract one jumped out. Let me try to get that. It is on the keyboard, and I don't want to mess up the video by hitting something I shouldn't hit. Okay, Scorpio, let me get this card for you. Okay, so let's see what we have here. All right, Scorpio, let me finish what I was saying. I think I was saying, it's my intention to attract the cards and the intuition that will best serve you, my Scorpios. So You had the Six of Swords here. Okay, so, some of you may literally be planning a cruise, but really, Scorpio, I feel as though you are on your way. You're on your way. You are making progress. Now, the progress feels slow and it feels gradual. And it is, but that's normal. I feel as though for us in our human bodies to make quick progress, we need our alignment needs to be like super high. And that's been my experience anyway. When if the energy is going to move quickly and I'm going to get what I want quickly, it's when I'm in a super high vibration. And let's face it, we've been conditioned to not operate at an extremely high vibration for any length of time. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying the world around us has conditioned us not to do that. We can definitely train ourselves back into it. I mean, that's the way we entered the world at birth, knowing who we really are and knowing why we were here. And then we quickly became conditioned by those around us, their vibration, their words, their energy, their experiences, right? So anyway, I digress. So you are making progress, but the thing is, yes, it's gradual. Yes, it's slow. But you are making progress whether you know it or not. And I also feel that just for example, a year from now, if you look back at where you are now, you will be amazed at how far you have come. You will be amazed at how you have changed. You will be amazed at what you've learned, what you've experienced, what you've manifested, what you've, attracted to yourself. And I feel as though you will find yourself in a much better place. Look at the card. You're headed toward smoother waters. You're leaving the rough waters behind. Okay, it's not that you'll never experience some waves, or your boat. It's not that your boat will never cross somebody else's wake and, or experience some choppy waters. But I feel as though you are moving in the right direction and will reach a level of expansion. And then when you reach that level of expansion, you will never be able to go back. You will never be able to unlearn what you've learned, which is a good thing. Which is a really good thing, because even when you slip up, right? Let's say you're in a bad mood even if it's for no reason at all, right? It's just an emotional low that some of us experience. You're in a bad mood for no reason. You start focusing negatively. You get some negative momentum going. You will never be able to return to the level of negativity that you once felt. You may slip up now and then, but you will catch yourself and you will remember what you've learned, and you will not dip down as low as you used to. So in other words, the better it gets, the better it gets. So you're improving all the time, Scorpio. You're improving your physical experience and you're improving your spiritual experience. But let's face it, improving your spiritual experience comes first, and then the physical follows. So in other words, you're improving your vibration. You're improving your expectations. You're moving you're moving continuously, maybe I should say continually, to better and better places, to higher and higher vibrations. And why I changed it to continually is that sometimes we have plateaus, right? We're on a roll and things are getting better, and then we kind of like level off, or we take a slight dip, but then we start again, and so it's kind of like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, except I feel like it's more like 5 steps forward, 1 or 2 steps back, um, and again, it feels slow, but and this is not a specific period of time that I'm definitely feeling, but it just the example of a year from now, you'll look back and then you'll realize how far you've come. So enjoy the progress, enjoy the improvement in your vibration, enjoy the improvement in your vibration first, and that will bring you the improvement in your environment, the improvement in your experience. Okay, so I hope there was some value in that message for you, Scorpio. Now we will move on to Sagittarius. Okay, Saggy, before we do the card selection, I want to quick change out this candle here for you because it is almost out. Okay, I did not do that very gracefully, Saggy, so I just kind of spilled wax all up the side of it here, but I don't think that matters. All right. If I could just get it lit. All right. All right, Saggy, so sorry for the delay. You can see where I spilled the wax. Okay. Let's do your card selection, Saggy, and I just want to remind you that it's a general reading, won't resonate with everyone, and that the cards are just here as guides, not as predictors, and it's my intention to attract the cards and the intuition that will best serve those of you who actually view this message. And, just take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And there we go. We have a few cards here. Let's see what we have. Okay. Actually, we have quite a few cards here. All right. So the Knight of Cups reversed jumped out like kind of like separately from the others. The others were kind of in a pile, and this one was off to the side. So I feel as though there's an opportunity waiting in the wings for you, that someone has an offer. I feel for a lot of you that this will be delivered by someone. It's possible it may not come in March. It's possible it may not come in March, but it may only be delayed, so to speak. I'm not even sure delayed is the right word, but let's just throw it in there for the heck of it. It may be delayed because of some mixed vibrations. Your energy maybe isn't in the right place, or your expectations aren't in the right place. So let's take a look at the other cards and see what we have. So we have the Six of Cups here. So I feel as though your past is coming into play here. So I'm feeling as though maybe you are basing your expectations around some sort of an offer or opportunity, basing your vibration around it based on the past, on past experiences, on past relationships. And I almost got the feeling as though your expectations are unrealistic, but I mean, I don't feel like that's right, because I mean, you can expect anything you desire. Maybe you think your expectations are unrealistic. That's probably what it is. Okay, you believe your expectations are unrealistic, and yeah, you might be delaying some sort of an invitation or offer. It may be for romance, but not necessarily so. Actually, for some of you, it's not. Okay, for some of you, it is financially related. I think it's related to your job, or some financial endeavor you would like to be involved in. And your expectations, your past experiences, yeah. So some of you, for those of you for whom this is financially or job related, again, you have very high desires, or very, very what you would call big desires, but I feel like you feel as though they're far-fetched. I feel as though you believe that they're out of reach, that you have like unreasonable expectations. So I feel as though you're going to receive a message or a new understanding that's going to kind of like change the way you feel about this, change your expectations. And I think you're going to no longer view your desires as out of reach or unattainable. I feel like this is going to be like I got the expression hit you like a ton of bricks, but I feel like this understanding is going to clarify a lot for you, and it's going to be like a light bulb moment, like a light bulb going on, I should say, like, oh wow, you know what? That's true. Why am I holding myself back? Why am I believing that I can't have what I desire? Why am I not worthy? Why can't I have anything that I desire? I think all of a sudden it's like a switch is going to turn on. I'm feeling like 180 degrees difference. And then you're going to allow this manifestation, this invitation, this opportunity in. You're going to allow this night in other words. And it's going to be quickly. It's going to come quickly after that. Oh, yeah, definitely. The next card is the Eight of Wands. 100%. Things are going to start moving along quickly for you, Saggy. It's really just a matter of changing your... All right, I'm saying it's just a matter of changing your beliefs. Okay, changing your beliefs is not always easy, my Saggy friends. Okay, it's really not always easy. Okay, when you have doubts or you feel you have a feeling like you're not on solid footing, you're not on solid ground. You feel as though your expectations are like pie in the sky. I feel for some of you. When you feel that way, then you can't attract to you what you desire because you don't believe it. So your vibration doesn't match what you want. So Saggy, all of a sudden your card just struck me. Because when I see the Temperance card, I feel as though it's an energy that is allowing the universe to serve you. I mean, now the universe is always serving you. It may not be serving you what you want, but it's not a punishment. It's attraction, it's vibration. Your vibration has to match your desires. When you want something, but you have doubts or you don't believe it or you think your expectations are, unreasonable, then it just makes it all the more difficult to attract what you want. So again, like I said, when I see Temperance, I really feel it is just a relaxed, even keeled energy that just sits back and believes and knows, I shouldn't even say believes, and knows that the universe is here to serve. And, you can just relax into your worthiness and allow it to come. And once you can do that, once you can relax in your worthiness and allow your desires to come, then things will move swiftly into your experience. Okay, my Saggy friends, I hope there was some value in that message to some of you. I might want to just reiterate. It's really all about alignment. When I see Temperance, I feel alignment. I feel an energy of someone who knows that it's an attractive universe, and someone who knows that all is well, all will always be well. And I came here for joy, for a wonderful experience. And you can just allow it to be. It's a very peaceful energy. And it's also a very solid and secure feeling. It's very comfortable and comforting. Okay, my Saggy friends, we will be moving on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. So just keep in mind, we have the cards already. Just keep in mind that it's a general message, and the cards are here as guides, not as predictors. Just take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And okay, you have 3 cards here. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Fool reversed here. Okay, so I'm feeling here, Capricorn, that the Knight of Pentacles may be you. Now you can reverse this. And male or female, it doesn't matter. The cards are not gender specific for me. So, Capricorn, being that you're an earth sign, and being that you're an earth sign, the Knight of Pentacles may be you, and the Knight of Swords may be someone else, possibly an air sign, but not necessarily. But again, you can switch these roles around if it applies to you. But I'm feeling as though we have 2 people who are involved. Now, you can be, this can be a romantic involvement. This could be a friendship. This could be a business relationship. I mean, this could be someone you work with and you work together on projects or what have you. But whatever it is, whatever the specific situation is for you, I feel two people who are at odds with each other in the sense that one of you is more methodical or prefers to move slowly, is more deliberate, one who takes his or her time. You know, whatever the specific situation is for you, it's just one who is just more steady, slow and steady. And the other charges in, maybe acts before he or she thinks, acts without consideration. And, listen, acting without thinking is not necessarily a bad thing if you're acting from the response of your body. If your gut is telling you that that's what you're supposed to do in the moment. If your heart is telling you to move towards something, if your intuition is on target and telling you that, for example. But either way, whether this person swoops in quickly in a haphazard way or even headed in the right direction, your styles are different and at odds with each other. And it may be causing a little friction or some doubt in the relationship or the partnership or whatever this is for you. But I'm just sensing a differing of energies, and some of you may be kind of like going at it because you disagree on how to proceed. But others, I actually feel that some of you are almost like, I almost want to switch these cards around, like, and not dealing with it or not talking to each other because you can't come to an agreement. Again, that will vary for each of you, but the speeds at which you operate, don't align with each other here. And we have the Fool reversed underneath those. So I feel as though the way things stand right now, it's kind of like you don't want to take that next step with this person, but I don't necessarily feel as though you shouldn't. So let me kind of explain. I feel as though you will know if you know that you shouldn't move forward with this person, or you shouldn't work with this person, or you shouldn't marry this person, or whatever this is. If you know that the two of you cannot come to an understanding, cannot meet in the middle, if you know that already, I feel as though you are getting the message from the Fool that, just don't move forward with this person. There's nowhere to go. Okay. There's nowhere to go but down. But I don't necessarily think that's the case for everyone. I do think there is the potential for turning the Fool energy upright. But you've got to get into alignment first. If you are always meeting this person, and when I say meeting, I'm really talking about energetically. So if you are energetically meeting this person with the expectation that you can't agree or you can't line up, that your styles don't match, that your energies don't match, if you're always energetically meeting that person with those expectations, then it won't work. And that's where the Fool reversed comes in here. But I do feel that if this partnership is important to you, or this relationship, this friendship, whatever this situation you have with this person, if it is important to you, like let's say it is a business partnership, and it's not something that you want to dissolve, and it's not something you can easily dissolve, but you two work very, very differently, you need to line up your energy so that you can set things in a positive momentum. Let me give you an example, okay? I'm going to give you this example related to business, but you can, tweak it for any other situation. So let's say you're business partners, you want to keep the business going, you have no intention of dissolving it, it's your livelihood, what have you, but you're not on the same page with how you approach the business, with the way you do things. One person's more methodical, one person's more, like off the cuff kind of thing. Then you really want to go general with your focus and get into alignment. So you want to start telling yourself things such as, things always work out for us. We're doing fine, and our business is growing, and it's getting better and better all the time. And so many people of differing styles work together, and they find ways of getting around it, of working around it, and they learn to work in harmony. Plenty of people, plenty of marriages are made up of opposites, and they actually find ways to complement each other. I'm sure that we can find some solution, or not even find some solution. I believe the universe will bring us a solution. The universe will bring us the inspiration for a plan which will allow each of us to use our styles in the best way we can. Each of us to use our strengths in the best way we can. And we will both be able to contribute to this business, each in our own style. So now, I know that's a little bit specific, but it's not coming up with a solution. It's not coming up with, okay, this is the plan and this is how we're going to do it. Start with generally having high expectations that things will work out. Be deliberate about this. Literally say this to yourself or write it down as often as you can, maybe every morning before you go to work and meet this person, or, every night before you go to bed, go to sleep with a high vibration and high expectations, because nothing that I said there was unreasonable. So now you can tailor that to your specific situation. And if that's too specific for you to get into alignment with, go general. Just start talking about, in general, how everything always works out. These things pass. People come to agreements all the time. You could keep it way less general than your specific relationship. However it works best for you. But you really want to feel that energy. It's not just the words. You need to gin up the feeling. You need to feel inspired. And then you will attract to you the solution that best works for you. And again, going back to what I said before, for others, you may recognize that this situation or this relationship really is going nowhere. So I think you know which position you are in. Okay, Capricorn, I hope there was something of value in there for you. So next, we will be moving on to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. So just keep in mind that it's a general reading and that the cards are just here as guides, not as predictors. So just take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And it's always my intention to attract the cards and the intuition that will best serve those of you who actually view this message. So those Aquarius, or Aquarians, I should say, who actually view here. Okay, let's see. You have a bunch of cards here. Okay, so you have the Justice card, followed by the Chariot reversed, followed by the Ace of Wands, followed by the Page of Cups. Okay, so kind of like lots of energy going on here and some good stuff, I think. I'm feeling here with the Justice card that you just need like maybe a brief reminder that the universe is always fair. In other words, energy, like energies attract to each other. So your experiences, the situations you find yourself in, the people you encounter, the interactions you have with them, those all on some level match your vibration. They match your expectations. And I really feel as though you know this already, Aquarius, but that some of you just needed like a little reminder that, like it or not, it's fair. In other words, when things aren't going your way, you're not being punished by the universe. It's just that your vibration may not have been in a high place, that your expectations may have been in a low place. So then you attract something that matches that vibration, and vice versa. When your vibration is high, when you're feeling good, you keep that momentum going and you attract what is wanted into your experience. So I just sensed that some of you needed a reminder about that. I feel like you also need a reminder not to, don't hold the reins too tightly, my friends. Okay. You know, like let's say you're steering, a carriage, or you're riding a horse. Okay. I have no expertise and practically zero experience, but so I may not be explaining this exactly correctly, but let's say you are, steering a horse and carriage, or you're riding a horse, and you are, nervous or uptight or stressed out, and you're holding the reins really tightly, and you're not leaving slack for the horse, and if you're holding them too tightly and the reins are too taut, it's very easy to jerk the horse off into a direction that you didn't mean to like steer the carriage or the horse off into the ditch or off the side of the road or in the wrong direction, and make the journey more difficult. So with that analogy, what I'm trying to say is some of you need to be reminded to control your experience through your vibration and not through your physical effort. In other words, get in alignment first, attract the inspiration, then take the action. And don't be uptight about it. Don't hold on too tightly to things. Just be easy about it, right? When the Chariot is upright, you can see he doesn't even have any reins. He controls his chariot with his vibration, with his high expectations, knowing he has the skill, knowing that everything always goes smoothly for him, knowing who he really is. And also keep in mind that the 7 is a spiritual number. So I just feel like some of you need to be reminded to, you know, hold the reins loosely. Hold the reins loosely and be easy about it. That way you can maintain control. Because you've got an Ace of Wands on its way to you. You are or will be feeling or experiencing some sort of an inspiration. I think you're going to feel inspired to move in a new direction, or for some of you, it's a new spiritual direction, or maybe not even direction. It might not be a completely different direction. It's almost like I feel like you've just added some new twist to your repertoire, or to, whatever it is you are knowing. I just got the feeling of like, I mean, some of you are probably even too young to even have a relationship with a volume of encyclopedias. I just like saw like a whole set of encyclopedias, and like and you kind of adding something, some new understanding, some new enlightenment or something like that to your encyclopedia of spiritual understanding or spiritual knowledge that you already have. Something that could be a game changer for some of you. But you've kind of like added it to like a wealth. Yeah, I feel like a wealth of knowledge or understanding that you already have. So I feel as though a lot of you who are viewing this are already quite spiritual, and there's something new out there for you. And I think it's going to be something that you really, really love. I think it's going to be I'm getting the feeling that some of you are oh yeah, I was just going to say surprised. Yes, some of you are going to be very surprised by a new enlightenment or understanding that you get, because you thought, how much more could there be? I feel as though I've come so far already. How much more could there possibly be? And you're going to be surprised by it. Look at the Page of Cups with the fish popping its head out. That's something unusual, unexpected, surprising. Yes, I think this is going to be a pleasant surprise for you. Okay, Aquarius, I haven't asked any sign yet to comment, but if you experience some sort of new level of spiritual enlightenment, or you learn something new spiritually, I would love it if you would just share that, because I really like this, and I love when this happens to me. I love when this happens to me, just when I think there's nothing left to learn. And I don't really think there's nothing left to learn, but I think, wow, how much depth can I add? It's like so exciting to me when I attract some new understanding to myself. I guess the reason why we think, what more could there be? It's not because we think we are complete and we know it all. It's because we can't fathom what the next new thing is, what the next new realization is. And so when you can't fathom it, it's hard to expect it, right? I mean, you can still expect good things to come and things to progress. But I feel like this is going to be a really pleasant surprise for you. And now the Ace of Wands may not be spiritual enlightenment for everyone, okay? Your Ace of Wands may be completely different. I mean, this could be a career change or a career direction or promotion or something like that. For you, it very well could be. But for some of you, I do think it's spiritual enlightenment. So I would love to know what this is. All right, Aquarius, I hope there was something there that resonated with you. But next we will move on to Pisces. So last but not least. So my spicy Pisces, just keep in mind that it is a general reading, so it won't resonate with everyone. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. And that the cards, whoop, we got some on the floor, we have some on the table, that the cards are just here as guides, not as predictors. So just take what resonates with you, leave the rest for someone else. I think I said that already, but the floor threw me off. And it's always my intention to attract the cards and the intuition that will best serve those of you who actually watch this, my spicy Pisces. So let's get started. Okay, so we had these two jump onto the floor, the King of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And on the table, we have the Nine of Wands reversed, the Six of Wands reversed, the Hermit, and the Five of Cups reversed. So I believe you have, last but not least, you have the most cards to unpack here. So, you know, you may have a couple of people in your experience. Now, it is possible that one of these is you, but not necessarily. I think for a lot of you, these are other people in your experience. They could be family members, friends, or coworkers. So, you know, we have the King of Wands here. So I feel like this is, I'm feeling as though this is someone, I feel this person is reasonable. It could be male or female. These cards can be male or female, but I feel like these are two people. You may have someone, you know, again, in your realm, King of Wands, male or female, who is, I feel like this person is reasonable, but I also feel like this person has high expectations. I feel as though this person, you know, is basically is generally a good person, in alignment, means well, you know, maybe outgoing, maybe good at getting people to do what he or she wants, or maybe good at getting things his or her own way. And I don't mean in a negative way. I mean almost in a charismatic way. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed here. So I feel as though this person is kind of like being stubborn about something and digging his or her feet in. You know, it's possible this is a parent-child relationship or a boss-employee relationship. And it's very possible that these are, you know, people who are on equal terms too. Co-workers, friends, family members who not parent-child, say, like partner, something like that. It's not necessarily that, you know, one is, say, the boss and one is the employee. But I do feel as though this Knight of Pentacles is someone who's digging in, being stubborn, and maybe even uncooperative, and kind of like won't give, won't move, won't cooperate. I feel as though the King of Wands is kind of like willing to maybe talk it out, willing to compromise. But I feel as though the Knight of Pentacles is not. So maybe that's why I felt like it might be like a younger person or something, because I sense that for some of you, this could even be like an immature person, or maybe a young person, or someone who's either behaving immaturely or maybe is just young, or both. So yeah, with the Nine of Wands reversed here, you know, they're not going to come to any kind of agreement, anytime soon with this Knight of Pentacles here. Again, like, there are no winners here. I feel like it's a lose-lose situation. And in most cases here, it feels as though the onus falls on the King of Pentacles reversed for not budging, for not listening or compromising or cooperating, okay? The extent of that will vary in your situations, but I am sensing that for some of you. So I'm really feeling like a no-win situation. Now, I'm sensing here that you may be the, I don't know, like the wise one. You may be able to shed light on the situation. You may be able to mediate it, bring your wisdom to the table, so to speak. You may be able to intervene. So, for example, if this is a parent-child relationship, the King of Wands, male or female, doesn't matter, might represent your spouse, your partner, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed might represent your child. And you might be able to lend your wisdom to the people involved. Bring your wisdom, shed some light on the situation for the people involved. It is even possible that the King of Wands is the child and the Knight of Pentacles reversed is the parent digging in too. That is possible. I don't feel like that's the case for each of you, but I definitely just got that feeling that may apply also. Again, it's not even necessarily a parent-child relationship, but I feel as though you are able to intervene. I feel like your experience and your energy might be able to move things along here. It may be that just your presence will help move things along here between the two of them. Because even though the Knight of Pentacles is the one digging in, I do also feel that the King of Wands also needs maybe some encouragement, support, and some additional wisdom. Maybe the opportunity to talk things out calmly. And with the Hermit energy here, I'm feeling as though you can deal with this calmly. You can, again, kind of shine a little light on, shed some light on the situation for them. But again, I don't feel like you're getting involved. I don't think you're putting yourself between them. I think you are I feel like maybe separately. You are kind of moderating this and shedding some light on things for them. And you've got some wise things to say to them. Okay. And I think what you're able to do here is kind of change their focus. I think you're going to be able to change their focus. Instead of having them look only in front of their own noses, look only at their own situation, look only at their own stance and their own vantage point, I think you're going to be able to turn things around, change things. 5 is the number of change here. I think you're going to be able to change their perspective. I think you're going to be able to get each of them to see the other person's side of the story. I think your wisdom, the ease with which you deliver this wisdom is going to just allow them to see the other person's point of view. Okay, my spicy Pisces, that is it. I hope you found some value in this message. And I want to thank you very much for being with me. I want to thank all of you for being with me if you're still with me. And I hope March is a fabulous month for all of you.